Okay, I think we are live. I'm just waiting for this to switch. Not sure what's happening. All right, I think we're up there.
We are. I
Yeah.
think. Yep, we are. I see us. We're good.
Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so hello everybody. Sorry we're a little late. I think people are hold on. I'm hitting record. Hopefully it doesn't say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on it, but I think it's going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Probably will.
All right, so here's the thing. Try not to if you're watching the YouTube stuff, just make sure the volume's down or whatever. So okay, and I think that should be good. Sean?
Hello.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, so here we go. This is our live Oscar predictions episode. And basically we have Shawn G joining us. He's our guest. Last year we had Jeremy Kinney, Fake Champ, but unfortunately he could not join today. So we've got Shawn, which is awesome. Shawn, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are y'all?
Good. Excellent.
Awesome. I'm going to do a little introduction on old Shawn over here. He is known over in the Gentleman Guide to Midnight Cinema space as seeing probably more movies than anyone else that's on that fan group on Facebook page. Those of you who know us know that's where we kind of spun off. We are a spin-off of the Gentleman's Guide to Midnight Cinema, and there's several of us out there. And anyways, we all kind of know each other through that group. Shawn, did you meet Brian and he introduced you to the group, or did you join the group before meeting Brian? How did that work?
I was just a big fan of the blog. I would frequently check the blog out for reviews of movies that I liked, and I just happened to stumble across the Facebook page, and
that's awesome.
The rest is history.
And then we first met. I went to the Brain with my brother-in-law who's special needs, and we were laughing.
Movie.
We were laughing very loud, and my brother-in-law, who has special needs, was laughing his ass off. He loved that movie, and of course, Shawn was right there to listen to us laughing our butts off. And then we've done a lot of, we saw some of the horror flicks during the October Regal Horror Fest they had going on. So, yeah, Shawn's a good dude. He's also does some some panels on the Fan X, the local Comic-Con that we work at. So, yeah, it's fun. He's an awesome guy and just a wealth of knowledge. And literally, what do you see, like 1,000 movies a year, bro?
Yeah, it's a curse.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the ones that everybody. I mean, when I talk to Sean Casper, another Sean, he's like, dude, Shawn G is nonstop watching movies. He posts like 5 or 6 a day. I'm like, yeah, it's what he does. We love your passion.
Absolutely. So, Shawn, just before we get into the Oscar predictions, I was just wondering, like, do you want to talk about like the genre type of movies, or maybe list your, if you can, top 5 favorite films ever, maybe, that say something about the kind of movie you like and the kind of moviegoer that you are?
Sure. I would say my favorite movie of all time is Black Christmas from 1974.
Nice.
It's one of the precursors in the slasher genre, which tends to be my favorite genre of film to watch. It's just an amazing movie. The killer POV thing and all that is just outstanding, and the vibe, like something awful happening at Christmas is just brilliant. And then I would say Carrie is just a brilliant film from Brian De Palma. I I just love the character. I love the cinematography. I just love the vibes in that movie. It's really terrific. Then I would say The Exorcist. There's just it remains terrifying to this day. Um, there's just a feeling in that movie that just can't be beat. Um, and the performances are terrific throughout. And then lastly, I would say Friday the 13th is probably the original 1980 is probably the biggest influence like in slasher films to date. Um, I love the kills. Um, I love the summer camp vibe. Um, for me, everything about that movie is practically perfect. So yeah, definitely. I guess you could say I'm a horror head.
Yeah, as it were. Also, I guess we would have needed you on our Dolly episode, because that one, very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That episode's going to drop next Friday, but I'm just going to say I did not have a good reaction to it.
Did not like
But, no.
It's intense.
Yeah. And speaking of which, it looks like In a Violent Nature is going to get a second, a sequel, basically, and it's going to be, it has that summer camp vibe. Have you seen the trailers for that?
Yeah, it looks like they've really amped up things. I think maybe they even took some of the things detractors were maybe saying about the original film and maybe kind of improved upon. Um, I like the original film personally. I loved what they were doing there, but I also like what they're doing with the sequel. It looks like it should be a good time.
Hopefully we get an actual ending and not just the director taking a shit on all of us, which he admitted. That's why he threw that 10-minute long bear story at the end to shit on your expectations. I hope he does. Yeah, that guy's kind of a dick, but
I'm the kind of person that likes that thing. I'm like, oh hell yeah.
He just wanted to shit all over us for the last 10 minutes. You're just waiting for him to show up again, and no, it just ends. Wonderful.
All right, so I think I'm gonna moderate. We're gonna get this prediction stuff started. So for those of you just joining now, just know that we're gonna leave some of the bigger categories for later, because I'm pretty sure the discussion is gonna be pretty awesome. So let's start with the casting category. So we have nominated for Best Casting. So remember, folks, this is kind of a brand new category. I don't remember if it was there last year. I don't think it was, but this essentially is for the Casting Guild. So when we go into pre-production for a film or production for a film, there are casters, people whose job is to look at resumes, go through actors, hold auditions, etc., etc. And so when we think of the casting category, we think about, like, who are the actors who appeared here? Were they good picks? Did the casting do what they were supposed to do in terms of an ensemble or telling the story? So we've got Hamnet, which obviously that's based on the life of William Shakespeare and his children and his wife, partner. Marty Supreme, that's from Josh Safdie, starring Timothée Chalamet. One Battle After Another, the Paul Thomas Anderson film. The Secret Agent, and that was directed by, I want to say I don't know who directed that, unfortunately. But if somebody finds it, please let me know.
We'll look it up.
And then, of course, Sinners.
I got it.
Go ahead. Who directed Secret Agent?
Forgive me on the pronunciation, but it's Kleber Mendonca Philo.
Philo. Got it. Okay. Awesome. And then Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler. I almost said it was directed by twins, but that's the lead characters. Anyway, I'll start with you, Mike. Casting. Who do you think is going to win the Oscar for casting?
Oh, I actually missed this on our little pre-cheat sheet we did. For me, so we're going to do who I think is going to win and who I think should win.
Yes, sorry, that's the convention. I should have said that. We're going to talk about who we think will win and then who we want to win.
Yeah, so for the Oscar poll so who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be Sinners. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be Sinners. I think that it should go to One Battle After Another. The way that cast came together, and just what an insane cast, really like a dream come true, and the way that they were able to see their parts. I mean, gosh, I love that film. But of course I do like Sinners, and I think it's going to win, and I do think that I'm happy for it to win this award.
So above the other picks, so basically what you're saying is you want Sinners to win and you think it will win as well.
No, I want One Battle After Another.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
I might have changed that. Sorry.
Should win. Okay, got it. I got it. Okay.
I would like one battle after another to win, but it's not going to. Sinners is going to win. It's just going to be that because Sinners is not going to win the Best Picture, I don't think. So I think that they're going to do is give it the casting, and I think that's what people are thinking. Let's vote this for the casting instead of giving it Best Picture.
Got it. Why don't you think one battle after another will not win casting?
Because I think it's going to win a lot of stuff. So I think that the way that a lot of awards, I think that a lot of the way that the voters are thinking, and again, who knows, this is all speculation, but I think that they're giving it to Sinners because they did not vote for it for Best Picture. And I think that that's why that's going to go to Sinners.
So you think that's going to be a nugget, a consolation?
A consolation. This is the closest thing to a Best Picture that you're going to get at this awards. But it is building steam as far as the derbies go, and people actually gambling on this, Kashi or whatever. I mean, yeah, if you look at some of the numbers and percentages, that's really tight this year. But I think most are suggesting, and I think Sinners is going to win this one.
Everything is tight. Every category has like a banger. It's all stacked. I have no idea how any of this is going to sort of...
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Shawn, for casting, who do you think is going to win that?
Well, Jose, I don't know if you had mentioned this previously or not, but this is the first year the casting Oscar has been in play.
Yeah.
So there's not really a history in place for like what the Academy is looking for and whatnot. So this kind of is very hard to predict in a way. So, one thing we can do here is look at precursors. And I have to agree with Mike. I have Sinners as taking the award, just kind of based off precursors alone. I think his rationale for like kind of splitting the difference, like, having one battle, one Best Picture, perhaps, if that's the case. This could be a consolation. I know sometimes the screenplay category also acts in that position as well. So, yeah, I think Sinners is very strong. I mean, you look at its cast. The lead is great. The supporting players are terrific. It introduced us to Miles Canton. And he's just been getting praise left and right. So it seems like a pretty safe choice as far as who I want or who will win. Who I would like to win in the category is actually Marty Supreme. That's another strongly casted film. Very unconventional in its casting. No one is miscast, and no one feels like they're acting in a different movie.
True.
Safdie has always had an eye for assembling assemblies that feel like real people. Just look at what's his name, the Shark Tank guy, O'Leary, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's the director Abel Ferrara's in the film. Odessa Zion is terrific. So I just think that's a really well casted movie. And I also just kind of want to throw out a shout out to The Secret Agent, because that is a casting that brings a lot of texture to the film. Those are people that you look at them and they feel like they have full inner lives. And then there's the wonderful Tanya Maria. She was the older woman, I believe, that was housing Wagner Moura's character. And then there's the late great Udo Kier, who just recently passed. And you see him in a movie and you just instantly recognize it. That's a really well casted movie.
Yeah, I agree with the authenticity for The Secret Agent, and I think those are actors that were really, at least from a domestic standpoint, the U.S. we're not seeing those actors in their element. Like Gabriel Leone, he played one of the hitmen or whatever. Like I know him from the Prime series Dom, but he obviously has a huge career, foreign wise. But honestly, for me, for my pick, I think that everybody's right. I think Sinners is going to win, and it's really well deserved. And I know I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's going to win because, it's DEI or whatever, but it really is a super strong, talented cast. And, just seeing those actors, like Michael B. Jordan, like he has stunned in so many movies. He's just done really, really well. Take or leave Creed, however you want. Those are good performances. Also, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. I know I loved it, but everybody crapped on it. Whatever, it's fine. But I love Michael B. Jordan. And then I think her name is Munma Musa. Yeah. I fell in love with her in her little bit part in Batman versus Superman. Thank you very much. And since then, I have been following her career and diving into her career. So it was just really nice to see her on screen. You mentioned Miles Caton. What a revelation! Just when he starts to sing in that car when they're driving, I was like, oh my god! And then of course that amazing time travel music scene, which is just so brilliant. It's great. So yeah, I think Sinners is going to win. What I want to win, though, and at first I was kind of leaning on One Battle After Another, but Shawn, you've swayed me. I think you're right about Marty Supreme. I really want Marty Supreme to win. I know that people are like, oh, Chalamet or whatever, he produced it, it's a vanity project, blah, blah, but everything else in that, all of those actors are so good. You're right, Odessa A'zion, wow, just wow. I've been a fan of hers since... Okay, folks, the Hellraiser reboot. Loved it.
Yeah.
So I've, and obviously, she's the daughter of Pamela Adlon. I had watched Better Things, and I was obsessed with Better Things.
I love Better Things.
Yeah, totally. But just like you said, Abel Ferrara is in this. I didn't realize that was Penn Jillette as the crazy farmer. It's so good. And Safdie got really, really good performances. Controversy aside, I remember, Shawn, when you were saying Safdie has a real eye for casting people, and I was like,
yeah, that controversy. I think it's going to costed a lot of awards. I think.
Mike, like you said, I think it's going to kick him out. But it is what it is. But I was really bowled over by Marty Supreme, and I'm kicking myself for not seeing it in the theaters. Okay, so I think we're moving on to... I think we're doing Best Visual Effects next.
Yep, visual effects.
Yep, and so our nominees are... Give me 1 second. We've got Avatar, Fire and Ash, Joe Lettieri. I don't think Joe Lettieri needs any more nominations. Dinosaurs, folks, Dinosaurs. Richard Bannum, Eric Sandin, Daniel Barrett, F1... Ryan Tudhope, Nicholas Chevalier, Robert Harrington, Keith Dawson. Speaking of dinosaurs, Jurassic World, Rebirth, David Vickery, Stephen Applin, Charmaine Chan, and Neil Corbolt. Although that's a whole new effects team. The original Jurassic Park stuff had Lettieri, actually, and Joe Johnson, and some of those other people. The Lost Bus, which I didn't even see this. This is Matthew McConaughey in the
Apple TV only. Yeah.
Yeah. Charles Noble, David Zaretti, Russell Bowen, Brandon McLaughlin, and then Sinners, Michael Ralla, Espen Nordal, Guido Walter, and then Donnie Dean. Shawn, who do you think will win visual effects, and who do you want to win visual effects?
Well, from everything we've seen thus far, Avatar is just a sure lock. I mean, and usually justifiably so. I mean, James Cameron and his team really set the bar with the first film, and then each film seems to kind of outdo itself.
Yes.
I am so sorry. I just spilled. I'm so sorry. But I will just finish this up real quick.
Actually, if you want to get whatever you spilled, I can start with Mike, and then you can. If you want to turn your camera off and whatever, you're good.
Okay.
Clean your mess. You're good, bro.
Clean your mess.
Clean your mess.
Mike, who do you think will win? We've already talked about Avatar, and then who do you think should win for special?
Yeah, I think will win is going to be. I think Avatar is going to beat it. I mean, the Academy Award people, they're just like, oh, that was so beautiful in blue. Let's give it away. And it does look great, right? But I really think it should go to F1 because, man, I think that I liked how real it felt. That was the most real. Like, we've seen a lot of racing movies, and we've seen a lot of Kaczynski movies, or whatever his name is. And he's
the
really
Ryan Murphy of cinema. Sorry,
he's
folks, I had to do it.
Really good at. He's really good at special effects, making them feel real in the world that they're in, without feeling cartoony at all. And this did not. I mean, gosh, when tires are flying by you, looks good. It feels like you're there, and that's what I want from my special effects, is to feel like I'm there. Yes, it's great for Avatar to bring you to a different world, but it all just feels like a cartoon.
Wah, wah.
They're gonna love it. It's gonna win, but again.
But so let me ask you this about F1. So I mean, you know, I think the normal consumer of movies doesn't realize there are plates, there are backgrounds, there's green screen where you don't think green screen is. How would you respond to the criticism that, like, it's fucking racing cars, just put a camera on there and you shoot? Claudio Miranda, a brilliant DP, he did some great work on that, but visual effects, like, how would you respond to that criticism?
Because things were touched up to make it look and feel more visceral, but still always while feeling real. Of course, when the tire comes flying by, of course, it's CGI, but it felt and looked so real. So again, creating visual effects that look real, that's what I'm looking for, especially with this award. So I think that out of all, I haven't seen Las Bus. I've heard good things, but I have not seen it, so I can't speak to it. But as far as Jurassic World, that was one of the worst as far as the dinosaurs.
Well, the worst tonally, but the visual effects were pretty good.
Okay.
As was, what's his name? Manuel's hairy legs. It's a great special effect, folks. But
I don't really know. I thought that the CGI used in it is kind of cartoony and kind of took you out when it was so obvious. So I don't really know.
I know. I liked the burning roof and then flying.
It was cool, right? But it just
cool. Yeah.
Didn't work for me. What about you?
So I think definitely Avatar. Sean, before he had the Pandoran spill, Sean brought up a really, really good point, which is that each of the films really does seem to one up another. And it's like, just when I was like, okay, it's going to be Rick and Morty filtered through the lens of Jim Cameron, there's really just stunning stuff to look at. And I'm just going to say that should win as well, because it is an achievement. And, I saw it in 3D because I'm a sucker for 3D. And, it was absolutely fantastic. I see what you're saying about F1 and then especially, Rebirth and Sinners. But the entire Avatar film is a special effect.
Yeah, it's an animated movie. It's animated. So I don't know why it doesn't fit in that. Whatever. It is what it is.
Somebody doesn't like Cameron.
I like those movies. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sick of them not being called fucking cartoons. They're cartoons. It is a cartoon. It is not a film, sir. It is a cartoon.
Magical universe.
It is a magical cartoon, and that's okay. I like animated films, and I like cartoons, but trying to pretend that this isn't a cartoon or an animated film is insane to me.
He said cartoon, folks. I think you got hoppers. I think you got hoppers on the brain. Okay, so I think we're still
keep going.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Sean a little bit, but let's do. Are we? Yeah, I think we're going to skip over like makeup and hairstyling, costume design, production design, film editing. How about original score? Let's do that. So original score, folks, this is basically instrumental. So it's not like you're singing or anything like that. It's what goes on in the background as the movie's happening. So our nominees are Jurskin Fendrix for Begonia. Surprising nomination there, just because, I don't know, the music seems very discordant, like, jangly or whatever. Frankenstein, Alexandre Desplat. Again, another gentleman who maybe doesn't need another nomination or an Oscar, but beautiful work nonetheless. Hamnet, Max Richter, very lyrical, very natural, more ambient maybe, more so, I don't know. One Battle After Another, Johnny Greenwood. So Johnny Greenwood, one of those, hybrid, like, I started doing folk music and things like that, and now I'm back doing this. Very varied score from one battle after another. And then, of course, Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. The gentleman has worked with the greats. I think he's basically composer of the year. He's so many projects. But, worked for Nolan, Tenet, Batman. So Sinners, yeah. Mike, I'll start with you for scores.
Yep.
What do you think?
Okay, so I think that I think Sinners is going to win it. I think that's where it's going to go. Again, I think it's more of a token thing. It's a movie musical that they're not giving the awards that it should be getting, so they're going to give it a score. It's beautiful. It's a very pretty score, and I do like it. And it's got that. It's got the feel of the movie. So
it's so varied, right?
Yes, it should win, and it will win. I think what should win is One Battle After Another. I love that. Tink, 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 like the sounds, especially during that tink, 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 tink. That sounds like that, the random sounds, especially during that ending, like chase scene where we're going over and it's like the steam is coming up off of the asphalt, and the music is just I love that score. It reminds me of the score from Birdman, which I love.
Yes.
So I love the chaos of it. It fits the film so well, and it is so varied. It's so all over the place. That's what I would like to win. But again, I think most of your Oscar folks are like, well, the two best movies are either Sinners or One Battle After Another. We're going to split who gets what based off of. So I think it's going to go to Sinners, even though I think the better score for the film itself, I'm not saying it's entertaining to watch on its own or listen on its own, is One Battle After Another.
So just to sort of I love to torture you with follow-up questions, but you said Sinners, you said Token, which I know it's not meant in any sort of derisive manner or anything like that.
But it's a great film.
Yeah, and the score is so varied, right? We got folk music, we've got Irish music in there,
blues,
soul, jazz, all of it. It's there, it's rich. But is this going to be another? We're not going to give the Best Picture or the director, maybe even to Sinners. Is this yet another? Well, it's so artistic. Let's give them this. Is that how you feel about that?
It's an artistic musical. Let's give it the musical awards.
Yeah. It's funny. The trades had mentioned that Coogler was joining with Ludwig Göransson, who everybody knows has like a producing music background. And Sinners was originally announced as a top secret movie musical project. And so it's interesting that if you read the trades like me, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, all of that, it just, it turned in suddenly like Vampire. And I was like, wait a minute, where is the movie musical stuff? And man, when I saw it, it just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, it's a wonderful film.
And so for me, what I think will win is Sinners, because it's so good and so creative and amazing. And I hear what you're saying about that in terms of how you want Johnny Greenwood to win as well. I have to say, though, I really, really did like the Frankenstein score. I might not have appreciated the film totally, but man, that Desplat score is so beautiful and lyrical and wonderful, and you would think that's what I want to win or should win, but I am probably gonna go with One Battle After Another as well. I just love the varied score of that. Everything from classical to actual music,
classical jazz sound, just interesting sounds. Just great. It's not one that I've tried to listen on its own. It's not one you could just sit and work and listen to, whereas the Desplat one you could listen to all day. It's beautiful and wonderful.
Oh, heck yeah.
There he is.
Shawn, how are you?
Handsome man.
That was a crazy spill. Blueberry smoothie everywhere.
No! Oh, no! At least your computer's alive.
Yes, thank God. Although, do you have a separate camera? Do you have a separate camera for your laptop, or are you using your camera?
Oh, yeah, I'm using my phone for my camera.
Okay, got it. All right, so we are going to backtrack. So we talked about visual effects. You were talking about Avatar. I don't know if you heard us sort of like mincing.
Yeah.
Mincing would say that we were like, but yeah, I think it's an achievement. Say what you will, right? But continue. You think Avatar will win? Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, correct. I mean, basically, kind of what I had already said. That it just the previous films have won, and each one kind of seems to do the previous one in terms of what's being brought to the table. Um, as far as who I think should win, I have to agree with Mike on F1.
Huh?
Um, at first, I kind of had the same mentality that you had, Jose. That like, well, what's really going on visually there? You know, like it's the straight ahead sports picture. But I did a little research. I did a little digging in, and these videos are available to anyone online. Just kind of Google F1 visual effects,
I saw those too. They're
and
cool.
they really presented their case for it very well. Basically, they're seamlessly blending, CGI and real life racing, and I just thought the results, especially once you're in the theater, you're in an IMAX screen, and you're seeing it all come together. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of blown away by those what they were doing there. So
Yeah. So we mentioned, I had mentioned Claudio Miranda, who was the DP for F1. He had worked with Joe Kaczynski on Tron Legacy, and so obviously very skilled with digital photography, special effects, how to meld those two. And you are correct. There is a lot of blending of just one car on a racetrack and then all the other ones on there, and it's so seamless that you just kind of forget it. So yeah, I can definitely see why both of you have picked that. And Miranda worked up an amazing camera system to capture the driving itself and the drivers as they are in the cars. It's just brilliant stuff. Which I wonder how you guys feel about cinematography when we get to that. But
we'll get there.
Yeah. And then score. Oh, unless you had other thoughts on F1. Okay. Yeah. And then score. What do you think will win for score, and what do you think should win?
So I think you both agreed Sinners will win.
Yep.
Um, I agree as well. I own that soundtrack, both the soundtrack and the score, and it is terrific. I think this Ludwig, he's, you see people saying he's our next John Williams, just great. And I agree. I think
He could be.
he's just kind of racking up the wins, doing good work. And music is such a big part of Sinners. I think voters are just going to associate that with the film and go for that.
Yeah. I don't
And
think
then as far
anyone
as
ever thought.
monster-
Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't think anyone ever thought that the hybrid film that Sinners was, because obviously there was a lot of polarization, like, oh, I really like the gangster aspect, and then the vampires came out, and I just turned my brain off. But with Sinners, the music is such an integral part of it. Like, it's all the visual metaphor and even the social commentary. I mean, when what's his face, Jack O'Connell, is doing that sort of like Irish jig dance stuff, Coogler's saying more than just, hey, this is the vampire's background and that's why the music is there. There's a social commentary to him doing the Irish jig and having black people in a circle walking around him. Like, it's very layered and very well thought out. So, yeah. Go ahead. And then what do you think should win for score?
Yeah, so this one's interesting as far as what the Academy chose to nominate, and I just kind of want to touch on that real quick before I say who I think
Yeah.
I want to win. Um, I was expecting Sarat, Tron Ares, and Marty Supreme to show up in this category,
Hmm.
but I think this group in the Academy, they're very old school, very traditional. You mentioned you like the Desplat score, and that is a very classical. There's a reason it's there. It's a very well done, very classical score that usually, Desplat has plenty of wins,
Yes.
in the category. But I think movies like Sarat and Tron Ares and Marty Supreme with more kind of adventurous electronic scores are kind of maybe the future of movie music.
Yeah.
And to a degree, I'm sure we're still going to see very orchestral scores and all that stuff. But I would have loved for the some of those to have shown up. Um, but who I want to win is One Battle After Another. Johnny Greenwood, he needs a win. He's been giving us great work over the years, usually in PTA films. I still love the There Will Be Blood score.
Mm.
It's fantastic. But I would like to see him win. But yeah, I mean, Sinners is a perfectly great and reasonable choice for the winner. So.
I love that you brought up that sort of like, the future of music scores and electronics. In some ways, Begonia feels like that as well. It's not a traditional, classical score. And as I'd mentioned before, there's kind of that discordant, twangy, atmospheric, ambient kind of score, whereas we traditionally think of these Oscar films and Oscar-nominated scores like Frankenstein, like Hamnet, right? Strings and the sweeping emotions and things like that. But very good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think
What's next?
are we caught up? We're caught up.
We're caught up.
That's good. Next is original song. And so for original song, we have Dear Me from Diane Warren, Relentless, music and lyrics by Diane Warren. Diane Warren is the Susan Lucci of these films because of these original songs, because she produces a ton of those and never wins, or has she had a win? I think she had one win, maybe. Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, music and lyric by EJAE, Mark Sonnenblick, Youngbyuk Kwak, Yuhan Lee, Hidon Nam, Jung Hon Seo, and Teddy Park. I Lied to You from Sinners. This is music and lyrics by Raphael Sadiq and Ludwig Göransson. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde, music and lyrics by Nicholas Pike. Not the author of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Nicholas Pike wrote something else. I'm sorry, not I Know What You Did Last Summer. Train Dreams, music by Nick Cave and Bryce Dessner, lyric by Nick Cave. Sean, I'll start with you. What do you think will win for Best Original Song, and what do you want to win?
Well, I mean, I'm sure we probably all have the same answer here. It's Golden, by a million. I mean, the song was everywhere. I heard it was in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yes.
It was.
If you have nieces and nephews or children, I'm sure they all know the song. It's just everywhere.
Every day.
And I came to the film a little late, but I did get to see it in theaters, and there were a lot of children in the screening, and yeah, they were pretty much just singing along. And I was caught up in it. I think it's a deserving win. It's a song within the movie. It's not just some tacked on movie or tacked on song like a lot of these are. It's a very deserving win. And I just wanted to shout out some other potential that I think should have gotten
Some
nominated.
snubs. Let's hear it.
Yes. So there was a film, Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, a remake featuring Denzel Washington. That movie had a great original track within the movie itself, because it features as a co-star ASAP Rocky, and his song Trunks was a banger. and I would love to see something. I mean, if 3 6 Mafia could get in, why not? Let's put in the ASAP there.
Yeah.
And then one other one that I was really moved by was The Testament of Ann Lee. Had some terrific music written for it. And there was a song, Clothed by the Sun, that was released as a single prior to the movie coming out. And I just thought it was a terrific, interesting choice that would work. But who I would want to win of the nominees that are currently nominated, the Train Dream song. I'm just a Nick Cave fanboy,
Yeah,
and so
you're a
that's kind
Cave
of really
stan.
the only reason.
Yeah.
But I like the song at the end credits and whatnot. It's really beautiful. I think it fits with the movie. Um, but that might be a controversial choice here.
Well, it's a controversial choice because, I mean, he basically just, it's like Leonard Cohen. He just talks over the, you know what I mean? And listen, that is Nick Cave's style. You don't get a Nick Cave song and not have that. But I think the reason why I just kind of rolled my eyes is because, if you look at, I know this is a poor example, but if you look at like the Bond films, right, and their theme songs that are done by artists, can we please get away from Adele and Billie Eilish doing these? I need another rock Bond like Casino Royale. Okay, that one. Wow, I love that one. But nonetheless, going back, the lyrics hint at the plot or the emotions in a Bond film, whereas the Nick Cave lyrics, it's just a repetition of what actually happens. And I was like, was there any thought into these lyrics, Nicholas? Like, could you not have? I don't know. But it just, the lyrics were just too on the nose. You know what I mean? Like, waking up from my breath, whatever it was. You know what I mean? I just was like, oh God, please no. I'm like, he's talking about Macy. Now he's talking. I'm like, ugh. But that's the only reason why I didn't like it.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a slog to get through myself. I did listen to all of the songs just to see, Yeah, I thought it was a slog. But what did you think? Let's go to you.
Me?
Cupcake.
Yeah. I think obviously, I think what's going to win is almost certainly Golden. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio was caught at the Golden Globes off camera, like talking to somebody about, like, have you seen the K-pop people? Like, where are they or whatever? So when something punctures the pop culture zeitgeist like that, you've got to give it. In much the same way that I think that's why Sinners is going to get the casting and especially the score, is because people were just so taken by everything creative in Sinners. So, and then what I think should win is, I'm just going to go with "I Lied to You," the Sinner song too, because I think, it's not as on the nose as Nick Cave, but it still has the flavor, right? It's got the flavor of the film. So yeah. How about you, Mike? What do you think?
Yep, I'm the same as you all the way. Golden is definitely going to win this. Like you said, it's hit the pop zeitgeist as big as the Eminem song that won that one year. So when a song really comes out of nowhere and takes over the world, they're always going to give it to that song. I really like "I Lied to You" from Sinners, but I love, everything. What's his name? Göransson?
Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
Göransson. He does a lot of work with Childish Gambino and some other hip hop people that I really like, and you could tell throughout this soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. I love the score. The music all throughout this movie is great, and that "I Lied to You" song just has that slap. It's like that blues rap banger to it. I love that thing.
Yeah. We should also mention, if you guys Google pictures of Ludwig Göransson, he's like a sexy Swedish Jesus.
Yeah. He's like a skinny white guy with long hair.
I know, right? Swedish Jesus. Anyway, so moving on to Best Animated Feature. So I'm going to let you guys duke this out. I will pretend to pick something.
Anything?
Yeah, I'll pretend, but we've got Arco. This is from Hugo Bienvenu, Felix de Ivry, Sophie Maas, and Natalie Portman, Black Swan herself, Elio, Madeline Shareferin, Domi Shi, and Adrian Molina, Mary Alice Drum, K-pop Demon Hunters, that's from Maggie Kang, Chris Applehands and Michelle L.M. Wong. Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, from Mali Valde, Lian Cho Han, Nidia Santiago, and Henri Magellan, and then Zootopia 2, with the very exotic sounding names Jared Bush, Byron Howard, and Yvette Marino. I'll start with Shawn. What do you think is going to win, and what do you want to win for Best Animated Feature Film?
So I think you prefaced this by saying, "Hey, you and Shawn, or you and Mike, battle this out." But I actually think we're probably going to align on this one.
Okay.
So as far as who will win, again, this is K-pop's award. Everyone under the sun has watched this. I think voters are responding to.
I haven't seen it.
You're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna love this.
I'm trying to resist it because I do not need to be listening to this soundtrack like for 6 months.
You are
the
going
next
to.
6 months. I know. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You would love it.
No,
You
that
really
makes
would.
sense. Yeah. As far as who I want to win, it's Arco. That's one I got to catch in the cinemas. Basically, for those that don't know about this movie, I think it kind of it had a very early premiere, like at festivals, and then Neon kind of just held on to it for a very long time, and it just got a very limited release. But a boy from 2932 is flung into 2075, forming a tender bond as he adapts to a world both familiar and strange. The movie's soft palette, bright accents, naturalistic voices, the voice performances are great in this one, and gentle themes of memory and belonging make this a quietly moving sci-fi gem. And it's just beautiful to look at. Has a great story. It kind of reminds you of the 80s stuff that you watched as a kid. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm with you 100%. Arco should win this thing in a just world. It would win. It's a wonderful, beautiful film. Neon did I watched the dub, and the dub is really great. Like, I was a little bit concerned, but it's a beautiful dub.
Why do you watch dub?
Because of the people that did it, it was really championed to get released. Neon picked it up, and they did a wonderful dub. I mean, Portman is one of the voice of the mother in there. So yeah, the voice work is great as far as the dub goes, and it's beautiful. It's just a fun, wonderful film. Oh, and on the dub, you get like Flea and freaking Will Ferrell, all like these three silly brothers that are like having fun together. So I really, it's great. It's a wonderful film. If you love cool 70s like artwork and sci-fi, that's really just steeped in that work. It just looks and feels like something that came out of the 70s, and it's beautiful, wonderful, and it should have won the awards. And why in the hell they put Elio in this? Talk about, God, there's so many other films that were snubbed over Elio.
You ranted on Elio, though.
I do not like Elio. I do not think it deserved it. They totally trashed the movie. It was re-edited by the studio to take all of the gay
references to trans
references out, and that pissed me off. You could tell it felt missed completely. So I would rather had SpongeBob or one of the animes. You know, it was a great year for anime films. You know, you had the Chainsaw Man was huge. I mean, that played at my theater for like 2 months.
Right.
There was a lot of good animated films, and you give it to Elio because it's Pixar, Disney, whatever. That was a mistake. But it's K-pop Demon Hunters. They're gonna win it, but in a just world, Arco would. So that's how I feel about it.
So as usual, and maybe I should jump onto that. What is it called? Where you bet stuff or whatever?
Kashi, I think it's called.
Isn't that a cereal? Anyway, I'm gonna swim upstream as usual, the way that I do, and I'm going to say that while the Academy recognizes the pop culture zeitgeist of K-pop Demon Hunters, that's why you get best original song, but it's gonna go to Arco. Because, first of all, I haven't seen Arco. Mike could not stop texting me. Have you seen Arco? I know you have to rent it, but you should see Arco. Arco's so good. But I'm also looking at these images, and it looks very like Miyazaki meets Fantastic Planet.
Very much. Yep.
You know, that kind of animation. And so I'm going to say Arco's going to take it. Folks.
I would love it. Man, if it did, I will jump up and down like I did when Parasite won. I will be a very happy man. I would love for
I'm gonna need to see the video because that's what's gonna happen. Okay.
It would be wonderful.
Yes. All right, so moving on to Best International Feature. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on this, folks. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the... Okay, so we got Best International Features. From Brazil, we have The Secret Agent. From France, also... It's a co-production between France and Iran. I don't know why it doesn't say France/Iran. Well, I know why, actually. It was
there's a reason why.
Yeah, sorry. It was just an accident. From Norway, Sentimental Value. From Spain, Sirat. And then from Tunisia, The Voice of Hin Rajib. Shawn, I'll start with you. Who do you think will win for Best International Feature, and who do you want to win?
So a little prefacing. This is a category that is dominated by films released or acquired by Neon. I think
right.
four of
right.
the 5 here are from Neon.
Wow.
So it made for a very interesting battle in terms of how, you know, FYC promotions and all that stuff. So it's kind of very hard to predict this. So this is one where I'm going to default to the precursors. And if we rank the precursors, Sentimental Value is in the lead. And I have that one taking the win. It was the very beloved film in festivals and in the industry. You can see by its nomination haul that it is beloved. And so it kind of makes sense that it would win. And then who I would like to win in this category is It Was Just an Accident. This is a film that won the Cannes Award,
the Palme d'Or,
last year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just thought that it would kind of rock throughout the whole season, and it kind of has been quieted in a way, muted. It's from Jafar Panahi. Who is, he's not allowed to work in his own country, frequently is in trouble with his country, and of course there's a lot going on with Iran right now, and I just think it would be a great way to acknowledge the film. It is recognized in another category, so it could win there, and I would look for it to pick up as many wins as possible. For those that don't know about the film, it's a quietly gripping drama that follows a family whose late night drive ends in tragedy, unfolding into a measured study of guilt, complicity, and bureaucratic indifferences. The lead shines in his performance, and the whole thing is kind of shaped like a moral fable. Just really, really strong work that should be recognized.
So you had mentioned, Shawn, that it's nominated in another category. It's nominated for original screenplay, and just this category alone, because I'd actually gone out of my way to try to see all of the foreign language films, because I love world cinema and foreign films. I did not get to see Sirat, though, which I hear is absolutely amazing, from sound design to I think it even won an award for animal actors. There's like a dog or whatever. So I did not get to see that, but you mentioned It Was Just an Accident. The Iranian filmmaker apparently filmed it illegally in Iran. But yeah, that film, I went into it completely blind, and I just was captivated. Like, I know it's not as long as some of the other films, but like I was so stressed out by it. But do you think that the politics behind that, Iran and the Iranian filmmaker, as well as the politics behind Voice of Hin Rajib, which follows the Red Crescent sort of 911 operators and how they are trying to help people stuck in Gaza while the war breaks out, basically. Do you think that that's going to derail both of those films because of the politics?
It's hard to say because I never pretend to know how others' minds work. And I'm not closely following that within the content season. It's of course very possible. I mean, we're seeing a lot of things happening at a rapid pace, and sometimes historically these things do factor in to those decisions, and it very well could be the case.
Yeah, definitely. Mike, your choices.
So I've only seen 3 of these, and I just saw it was just an accident. So I'm trying to that was yesterday. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So I did not get a chance to see Sirach because it has not released, and I did not see Voice of Hind Rajab. Is that how you pronounce it? Rajab. Yeah. So I can't speak to those, but from what I have seen, I'm going to base this off of history and what we've seen at some of the other awards. I think that The Secret Agent's going to win. I think that's the type of film that the Oscars love. It looks and feels so authentically 70s, and it just has a lot of stuff that I think that the voters are going to love. I thought it was a overlong, boring slog to get through. I thought the pacing was horrendous. So for me, that didn't do anything for me, but I could see that winning. For me, I was bowled over by sentimental value. I know it didn't work for everyone, but my God, I would love for that to win. I thought it was a wonderful, beautiful film. I was kind of live messaging Jose about it. I loved that film when I was watching it. It just moved me in ways that I did not expect it. And I didn't want to see it because I don't like Elle Fanning. I'm pretty loud about how I don't think she's all that great. So I didn't even realize that it was a Joaquin Trier joint. So I was like, and I love The Worst Person in the World and Reprise and all of his Oslo. I love his stuff. So once I realized that, I was like, oh, I might actually be in for a treat. And I was. It's just if you love movies about making movies and what being an artist does to your family and how we use art to deal with past traumas and just, God, it is a lot, and I loved it, and I hope that it wins. But I really think the Secret Agent has everything that Oscar winners in this category usually go for.
And just a note to everybody, please don't give Irreversible as a present to your 12-year-old nephew.
I know, Irreversible is the piano teacher. I could not believe that.
Works. I don't care if you're the best director in the world. You do not give 12-year-olds Irreversible. No. Jesus God.
That was hilarious. I could not believe that. Wow. I had to text you that when I saw that. I was like, did he just give his grandson Irreversible on DVD? What the hell? And he's like, Monica Bellucci, she's beautiful. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I don't... and then you say, I know you don't particularly like Elle Fanning. She stunned me in this because she's essentially playing an actress, but the way that she reads through that scene and then starts crying, and then later in the film when she's like, I can't be part of this project, I don't want to disappoint you, it all reads so authentic and real. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, wonderful film, just really wonderful. Yeah. I did not expect it to hit me the way it did, but I would love to see Surratt and the voice of Hind Rajab. I will eventually, but we'll...
This category and seeing all the films except for Surratt, I did not get to see Surratt, but it reminded me the reason why I love movies so much. Imagery, acting, cinematography, narrative, the strength of storytelling and how you can just get your point across with different characters and scenarios. And so this category was really, really hard for me because every single, with the exception of The Secret Agent, I think sentimental value, accident, voice, I mean, they were just phenomenal. I enjoyed every minute of those films, and they all touched me. You know, I'm gonna echo Mike's sentiments to The Secret Agent. First of all, it's too fucking long. Second of all, like, the pacing is so terrible, and I'm just like, I know this is an ode to like 70s filmmaking, but like, get to your point. Like, why? What's happening? And I just, for the life of me, I couldn't understand all of the love for The Secret Agent. I really couldn't, and I don't know what that says about me. But what I think will win is it was just an accident. Because I think that is the very nature of powerful storytelling. I mean, when you, I don't want to give away the story because it's such an incredible mystery, but seeing some of those characters act the way they do, like, you have to sit back as a viewer and be like, wait a minute, why are they acting like that? But then you think, Jesus, why not are they acting like that? Like, and it's just, it's so great. But what I think should win is the voice of Hin Rajab. Okay, so there are some problems with that movie. Problems being that, like, it is overly hyperbolic in some respects. It's very, very over dramatic and very melodramatic. But I think it's an important story, and it's an interesting hybrid, because what ends up happening is that this is based on real 911 calls. And at some point in the film, when it goes to the 911 call, you will actually see the actual people. They might not be moving their lips, but you'll see the actual people, and then you're hearing the 911 call. And it's so harrowing and just so, like, it feels very much like what a lot of us are doing, which is yelling into the wind in our current political climate, helpless to do anything really to help. And I think what's really telling about this film is, first of all, it's only 90 minutes, okay? So no one has an excuse. Watch it. It's only 90 minutes. But I think what's interesting is that I watched this with my husband, and afterwards, like, he was going on and on about, like, the political stuff. Well, they couldn't do this because of that. And Hamas had infiltrated Red Crescent and this and that. And I was like, there's really none of that in the film. Like, yes, they talk about the Israeli army. They talk about, why are you talking to them about them? They're killing your people. But everything else is so emotionally based. Like, I hate to say this, it's kind of like an episode of 911 because I hate Ryan Murphy. But I'm just saying, like, that drama is so strong that I think a lot of viewers are going to come to that film, and they're just going to have all that political stuff in their head, and they're not going to give it a chance. And it really is powerful storytelling, and I really hope that it does win. We'll see. I mean, Substance got nominated. That itself was a feat, so there you go. Who knows? Maybe the Academy now is full of younger upstarts that have a change of opinion, you know? Anybody? Sean, did you see Voice? What did you think?
Yeah, I got to see that one in the cinema, and the audience was gasping at certain parts. I like that you brought up the overlay of the actual phone call with the actor's performance. That is a very unique choice that, like, I think I've seen some people be very critical of, that it kind of takes them out of the movie.
Yeah.
But again, I'd rather have a unique choice, something interesting, something new, something different, than just the same old, just a generic biopic, or just a retelling, a Wikipedia article of these events.
Right.
It's a very moving picture, and there's some very strong emotions that are presented in the film. Of course, naturally, you're dealing with a child being essentially just hell on earth.
Yeah.
For this child,
like trapped in a car and just seeing all of that, and it's like, and the thing that I think is so powerful about the film, and then we'll definitely move on because I'm just like, just being like, everybody see this, please. But I think what's powerful about the film is that was one case, one kid, and the people in this call center are doing it consistently for many, many, many cases, and just the toll that this one case takes on the workers. Imagine that's your life. You're doing that. There's a couple characters who are like, I haven't seen my family in months. The one of the women is like, I can't wait to go home, and then she takes her coat off and she's like, this is more important. So I just it's so powerful. I loved it. I loved it.
And the bureaucracy kind of just holding things back.
Oh my
Like,
God.
come on.
And he does that diagram of like the eternal circle, like then we have to do this, then we have to, and then he hides the fact that like the root is approved. Like I was like, what's happening? I don't know. Yeah, it's a good film, people. Please see it. All right, so moving on, we're going to go to cinematography. Oh boy, I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on this. So, best cinematography, our nominees are Dan Laustsen for Frankenstein, Darius Khondji for Marty Supreme, Michael Bauman, One Battle After Another, newcomer, and I believe first-time cinematographer, or at least this is one of her first big films, Autumn Durald Arkapaw. She's also married to a cinematographer too, so I would love to be at home on those discussions, folks. And then Train Dreams, Adolfo Veloso. Mike, who do you think will win, and who do you want to win with cinematography? You're muted. Probably because you had Puppy in your lap.
I did. That's my puppy is being cute. So for cinematography, will win. I think belongs to The Sinners. It's just a beautiful movie to watch. It just the way the sun comes at them during all those scenes, and then the nighttime scenes. I just loved everything about it. It looks so crisp. Again, because it's not going to win Best Picture, this is going to win. Sinners is going to win the cinematography. If there was a just world and people looked at what cinematographers did, I think Train Dreams should win. It was filmed with old cameras, with no professional equipment. They used candles to light it. My wife knows one of the producers, Scott Hinckley, on the film, and they went through so much hoops to make it look like it was so authentic. And the way that the shadows, the way they play with light and shadows in that film is just absolutely stunning. So if they were in a just world, Train Dreams would win that. I think it's just wonderful, and what they did with the candlelight, just unlike anything I'd seen. So that's how I feel about it. Frankenstein, however, I wouldn't be surprised if it snuck in a win, because my God, does it not look beautiful? It could, but I think it's gonna go to Sinners.
Okay. I don't know that big butthole skylight for the Frankenstein lab. It just takes it out of the running. Just takes it out of the running, folks. Okay, so Sean, what are your thoughts on best cinematography?
Sure. Well, once again, me and Mike align with our choices. I'm a big, I'm sure that you folks listening have probably picked up that I'm a precursor guy, and Sinners has it. Currently has the lead there. Um, it is. I mean, I was very impressed with the movie when I first saw it. I mean, I think it's the only movie I gave 5 stars to this year. I
Wow,
saw it
excellent.
in IMAX. Um, um, Beautiful in the big screen. Just wonderful images of the South. Um, I mean, I'm just looking at a picture of it right now. I mean, it's got the two brothers looking at the flames in the water. I mean, you can't beat
It's
that.
beautiful.
Um, but as far as a should win, Train Dreams, absolutely. That's another one I got to see in the theater. Um, uh, I know it's a Netflix title, and it really should be seen in a theater to get the full scope of the photography there. But it's one, it's very stark images. Uh, you can feel every nuance of the surroundings in the image itself, like smoke soaked imagery, uh, timber, cabins, tactile grit, And then dreamlike flashes, just with his memory of everything. It's incredible work, and it really captures the pulse of the novel it's based off of. It's really good, impressive work that's very deserving.
Yeah,
So
nice. I'm gonna cop out a little bit, but I will give you a choice because you must make a choice in life. Okay, so for Will win, this is why I'm saying it's a cop out, is because I really can't tell. Like, I don't know if it should go to Sinners or One Battle After Another. I really don't. The photography in both of those is amazing and sort of genre shattering because Sinners obviously music video, but also traditional storytelling and narrative. There's that great oneer of like following the people out of the shop and back into the shop and things like that. Like just beautiful stuff. And then you throw in the special effects. It's great. But then One Battle After Another. I mean, it's like the photography by Bowman it shows everything from like the influence of reality television to 70s story, to 70s cinematic storytelling to modern updated stuff, and it's so good. And I don't know about you, I got motion sick in the car chase, and I was like, I can't remember the last time a film made me seasick with that photography, but it's so endemic to the film in terms of putting you in the character's point of view. And so I don't know, it's a toss-up, and I'm gonna give the edge, because I said I'd pick a choice, to One Battle After Another. I know that's probably going to be a little controversial, but yeah. And then what I think should win, same thing. I don't know. I have it between Train Dreams and Marty Supreme. I did after Timothy Chalamet said that thing about how like nobody's interested in ballet or opera. Yeah. But after he said that, and then I watched Marty Supreme, I loved his performance in it and the movie so much that I was like, God damn. But I love Darius Kanji's riffing on 70s cinema, but he does even more with it. So it's like, it's Scorsese, it's all of that, it's all mixed in, and it's just so brilliant in his cinematography. Kanji, of course, probably doesn't need another Oscar nomination, but I love that guy. And then Train Dreams. So I remember watching it on Netflix, and I'm looking and I'm like, you don't get to see people's pores like that in low lighting without digital capture. And then sure enough, I was like, okay, it is digital capture. I'm not going crazy. But the imagery there, I mean, it's like Ansel Adams meets fucking nature photography. Like, it just is so beautiful and brilliant that it just really made that film. But because I said I was going to pick one, I'm going to say that what I think should win is Train Dreams, if there's any justice, because it's so beautiful, and it just reinforces that the movie really is about life and the cruel trick of life that you only become enlightened after you've gone through all of that shit. And then you realize everything is beautiful, everything is interconnected, life is beautiful. And it's just great film, and it wasn't 2 hours and a half, thank God. So there you go. Anyway, any other further thoughts before I segue?
Nope.
I just want to add about One Battle After Another. I think those hilltop chase scenes could really push it over to potentially take the win. I know in the precursors it's third, so there's a very good chance it
could. We may be surprised, folks. Okay, adapted screenplay is going to be our next category. This one also very hotly debated, I would say. I'm pulling up the kids. Here we go. Okay, so we've got Begonia, screenplay by Will Tracy. This is based off a Korean film. What was it called? Save the Earth? or Save the Planet or something like that.
Save the Green Planet.
Save the Green Planet. Yes, thank you. Frankenstein, obviously, Mary Shelley's novel, written for the screen by Guillermo del Toro. Hamnet, this is a screenplay by Chloe Zhao, the director, and Maggie O'Farrell. I believe that is also based on a novel, or it might actually be several novels, because a lot has been written about Shakespeare, his wife, his kids, and the inspiration it took. One Battle After Another, written by Paul Thomas Anderson. This is adapted from the novel by, is it Thomas Pynchon?
Yep.
Okay. Who also wrote There Will Be Blood and this Inherent Vice as well.
Inherent Vice.
Or not There Will Be Blood, it was Inherent Vice. Yes, thank you. And then Train Dream, screenplay by Clint Bentley and Greg Queter. And as you noted, it's based on a novel as well. Sean, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
As far as who will win, this is One Battle After Another. From what I understand, I'm a big Pynchon fan.
Okay.
I haven't read the book though, unfortunately. It's Vineland, I believe, is the book. But from what I understand, PTA did something just very different with it. It's a true adaptation in that sense.
Yep.
And I just think it's got enough juice to take the prize. And then as far as who I would like to win the award, I am going to go with One Battle as well. Again, I mentioned I'm just a big Pynchon fan. I've liked PTA's previous work, Inherent Vice. I just think he's getting stuff from that author and making just really cool, interesting movies with it. This One Battle After Another could be like a companion piece with Inherent Vice, as far as spiritual predecessor goes. But I also found in this category Train Dreams to be a terrific adaptation, for all the reasons we kind of mentioned with the cinematography. It 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 works to make it a great adaptation. And then I've seen the film Begonia was based off of, Save the Green Planet, and I thought that was a really terrific, crazy, kinetic film. But for oh God, what's his name? The director.
Yorgos
Lanthimos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For what he did with Begonia, like to make it set apart from that previous film, that South Korean film, was really, really good, solid work that is definitely worthy of recognition. So this is a very good category, as these often are.
Yeah, totally. Actually, I had not. So Mike had gone on and on about how it was a remake, Begonia, and I was like, no, it's not. You're crazy. But in fact, it was, and I think that's why it is nominated. Just like One Battle After Another, it's so different from its source material, or different, and there are enough points of difference and modernized also. But I'll go next. What I think will win is One Battle After Another, and that's precisely by what Sean has said, which is the book is very different from this, and it seemed like he was taking themes and threads from it and then weaving his own sort of like story to like punch those thematic themes through. So it is a great adaptation. What I think should win though is Train Dreams, because Mike says this all the time, you know, on our Oscar prediction shows, when something is on the page, it's interesting to see how it gets translated to the screen. And so judging by what's on the screen, I haven't read the screenplay for Train Dreams, but if that's all there on the page, as Mike says, and it shows up on screen, what a great way to visualize that and to write that and to put that down into words. So I kind of think that should win if there's any justice in the cinematic world. Mike, what do you think?
So, yeah, this was a tough one. I liked all of these a lot. First off, Hamnet is based off a book. It's basically a fan fiction, historical fiction.
Oh, it's not real?
Nope, it's a historical fiction.
Bollocks, I thought it was real. Ah, shit.
No, I mean Hamnet is indeed a real. Basically the author was like, "There's not a lot to tell about his kids and his son Hamnet and how he mysteriously died." So that's the concept. But yeah,
I got bamboozled by Twilight.
You did. It was like a Twilight. Yes, it is. Hamnet is William Shakespeare Twilight. And we live in the state where the author of Twilight is from, so yeah.
Stephenie Meyer, baby.
So adapted screenplay, who I think will win, is It's One Battle After Another, baby.
Yeah.
This is going to be the beginning of the OBAA takeover. Yeah, they're going to win that. I want it to win. I love that screenplay.
Okay.
I love everything about it. So I'll team OBAA. Let's go.
Yeah. One of the scenes that struck me in OBBA, which I guess now since like I'm 51, I identified with, is the one where they're like, well, welcome to the Underground Rebellion. What is the password? And he's like, I don't remember.
I love that sequence.
20 years ago. And I was like, oh shit, I can see myself doing that. But it's mined for such comic gold, and DiCaprio is so fantastic in that scene.
So good.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Okay, so we are moving on to Best Original Screenplay. I can't wait to hear Mike riff on Blue Moon. Here we go. We've so nominated Blue Moon, written by Robert Kaplow. It Was Just an Accident, written by Jafar Panahi. He is the Iranian director and screenwriter of this. Script collaborators are Nadar Savyar, Shadmer Rastin, and Mehdi Modin. Marty Supreme, written by Ronald Bronstein and Josh Safdie. Sentimental Value, written by Eskil Vot and Joachim Trier. And then Sinners, written by Ryan Coogler. This one is a stacked category. All great films. Except for Blue Moon. What you can hear Mike tell it. Anyway, Mike, I'll start with you with the fuck Blue Moon. First of all, why did you not like Blue Moon?
Because I don't want to see a Muppet walk around. It was like a
Hobbit?
Yes, he was so miscast. Not talking about the most miscast person.
Hey.
And then they always put him in a chair.
Sorry.
God, I hate that. I did not like that movie, and I hated the whole sequence with the Stuart Little, E.B. White shit. That made me want to punch
my
the
God!
fucking TV.
Wow. Anyway,
so yeah, I was not a fan of Blue Moon. So, anyways, they were all great, but Blue Moon is like the worst of all the nominees. I don't understand why the hell that was nominated for anything.
Wow. I want to be clapping back.
Hot take.
That's a trash movie. I just could not let it get into it. But for me, I think it's Sinners. I think Sinners is going to win this.
Okay.
Again, I think that these old people are like, the two best movies are Sinners and One Battle After Another, and because Sinners has black people, I have to make sure it gets an equal amount or more than One Battle After Another. And that's what's happening.
I would hope that's not.
I would
how
hope,
they
but
think,
it is what they do. So I think Sinners is going to win it, and I think it is just in so. But I really think it should come down to, if I had the choice, it would be Sentimental Value. I love the way that was written. I loved everything about that flick. It really wowed me. For something that I had no desire of seeing and only watched for this podcast.
Yeah, it was your last one.
Yeah, no second to last. I did throw in It Was Just an Accident, which I haven't talked enough about. Talk about a wonderful film. And it could sneak. I could see it, because they should give Jafar an award. He deserves it for the hell he's gone through.
Yeah,
but I just don't think it's happening because of everything with the war. I wish it would, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So in the end, for me, I love Sentimental Value. I wish it would win, but gosh, It Was Just an Accident, really close second. But Sinners is going to win it.
There's a lot of close seconds here. Sean, what do you think?
I do agree about who will win the award is Sinners. And there could be some criticism with that pick because, I'm sure we've all heard the argument that it's derivative of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Sure.
In its structure. But I think what potentially elevates it is just the thoughtfulness. Delroy Lindo giving monologues
Mm.
about music.
Yes.
The
Mm-hmm.
the sequence, that everyone's talked about in the movie, the musical performance of the various incarnations of different genres of music and regions of music. I mean, all that stuff is just, for lack of better words, brilliant.
It is.
Um,
Yeah,
and
very.
it's a deserved win. But as far as who I'd like to win, Mike, I'm sorry, Blue
You
Moon
want
for
Blue Moon?
Oscar.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, what? Blue Moon?
He wants Blue Moon to
Whoa!
win. I thought
So
the screenplay was so
Wait,
on
are
the
you?
nose.
You are serious though?
He's serious. He liked it. That's
I
good.
I am serious, and I'm gonna defend my choice if that's okay, if that's
Yeah,
allowed, if you
defend
want to
away, go
do it.
away, because I think we both did not like it at all. Me and Cupcake. Let's hear.
Um, Sometimes I feel like when I see these things in the cinema, maybe it's just a bias that because I love that environment. But for me, I found it to be this intimate and dialogue focused piece. The one room structure for me gives it a feel of kind of staginess, um, and the monologues are just horrific. I mean, just the fact that Hawk just commits so hard and leans into. I mean, what you guys kind of found as silliness, I found as just a unique kind of rhythm. Um, I found that the screenplay favors mood, memory, and the inferiority of the character. Was great. It certainly beats traditional biopic kind of material, and just the avoidance of hagiography and choosing to explore themes of legacy, loss, and solitude. I don't know. I just really responded to it. I love that it's there in the category. But I also feel pretty strongly about it was just an accident as well. I think that is. I mean that movie is pure screenplay. I
Yep.
mean that's its biggest asset. I mean that thing is just it's important. So I'd like to see that one as well.
You're muted, Mike, because it sounds like you're ready to go off.
No, I was just saying.
Uh-oh.
No. I was
He's
just saying.
censoring himself.
I love. No, it's my stupid dog. I love Jafar Panahi. I really want him to win this. Like I really do, because I did react to it, but not
Yeah.
the same way I did with Sentimental Value. Again, that movie's going to hit with people differently depending on your family circumstances and things, and it's not going to work for everybody. But God, yeah, those two are all of these. Besides, I get what you're saying about Blue Moon. Don't get me wrong, I do get what you're saying, and it was kind of. There were moments I really did like, but it just felt like the weaker of Ethan Hawke walks around and talks, directed by Richard Linklater. It was like one of the weakest of those type of films, which I love that he's done like 4 or 5 of those together. So I just felt derivative of everything else Linklater has done, and I felt like I don't know, I felt like the script was very showboaty, and I can't speak enough of how much I despised that E.B. White bit. I hated his character. I love that author, and that is not E.B. White. I'm sorry, that's not him at all. I hated him.
So I was talking with Mike about Blue Moon because, you were right. You're right, Sean. It is very stagey. It would work better as a play. But what I think is kind of cool synergy is the fact that he was known for writing these songs in big musicals, and so the film and him being showy and larger than life, it fits because that was his whole career. But what I think is a great balancing act, or maybe not so great if you hear Mike tell it, is that Ethan Hawke's performance is like, you get that he's magnetic and charismatic, but then you also get that he's kind of a douchebag who absolutely throttles the people that have supported him and loved him, and he just doesn't give a shit. And so it's like it's an unlikable character, but like what I also love is the fact that, it is a biopic that is not like any other biopic that we've seen, right? It may amount to historical fiction like Hamnet, right? But it's just it's in keeping with everything that the film is about. I just was annoyed by the whole like Hobbit tricks. Like when he gets up to like the bar, I was like, what am I looking at here? Why is this a
Yeah, he was so miscast in it. That
I
was
don't
my
know,
issue.
but and then please God, don't put the great Bobby Cannavale in a film and just have him be the
Behind
bartender
the bar.
that smokes. Like literally in every scene, he's in the back and he's like smoking, reading the paper. I'm like, come on, or whatever. But and I did love Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, she was good.
I can take or leave some of her performances. Joy Dolls, Honey Bitch.
Fuck that movie.
But she was so natural in this film or whatever. But like, yeah, Blue Moon, I think it's a great screenplay. I just don't know that it works for the movie. But I'm going to swim upstream. Get your Kashi receipts ready, because I'm going to say what will win and what should win is it was just an accident. I think this is where it's going to get its kudos and where the Academy's going to throw it a bone. Although I thought the same thing about Coralie Faget's The Substance. I thought it was going to get like Best Original Screenplay, but apparently it was a bit much for some people. But I really want it was just an accident to win this. Again, another stacked category. Sentimental Value is fantastic. That opening scene, as somebody who's done community theater, but also has had panic attacks, that opening scene was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then to see that fit into the context of this family and a father that's sort of abandoned but then is coming back, and it's like, what are your motives? Do you really want to reconnect, or do you really want her star power? Like it's and then watching the creative process, it really is a great screenplay. Same thing about Sinners. I mean, like Mike always says, if it's on the page and then it's on the screen, it's brilliant, it's wonderful. But and Marty Supreme too, I cannot underestimate how really amazing that screenplay is, beyond what I thought it would be. And that running time flew. I mean, Chalamet, yeah, when he got the bare feet out, I was like, hey! And then he even got the globes out. I was like, okay, now I'm sold. But yeah, I really hope it goes to it was just an accident, because it's so powerful and wonderful.
Mm-hmm. In a just world, it will win.
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, especially since it was snubbed in Best Picture, this would be really where you can make up for it.
Yeah, and I hope they do. I really do. Again, Kashi receipts, folks. Here we go. Okay, so our director. Here we go. We got big categories coming up, and then we are adjourning. Okay, so for Best Director, our nominees are Chloe Zhao, Hamnet. Chloe Zhao, obviously, The Eternals. Yes. What was the other one? No Man Land, right? Was that the other one? Yeah.
And the writer.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Very good. Love me some Chloe Zhao. Asian represent. Okay. And then Marty Supreme, we've got Josh Safdie. One Battle After Another, PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson, The Darling. Is this his time? Has the Academy finally been like, oh shit, we should have given it to him before? Sentimental Value, Joaquin Trier. Sinners, Ryan Coogler, the amazing and awesome and talented Ryan Coogler. Sean, who do you think's going to win another stacked category?
Well, all throughout the awards season, we've seen PTA up on stage giving speeches. He's currently leading the pack. I think it's his time to finally get that award.
Yep.
And he is also who I want to win, because I've been a fan ever since. Oh gosh, what's it called? The
Hard Eight.
Poker movie.
Hard Eight.
Yeah, Hard Eight. Yep. I think all of his movies have been very stellar. Like, it's about damn time. Just give him the award already.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also want to shout out Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. His solo direction here is sharp, focused, electric. He's balancing tension, humor, these lived-in character beats without ever overselling any of it. he also gives the film, like you were saying, has a propulsive energy. You didn't feel that length. I agree. It all feels pretty effortless, and I think he's in a very exciting nominee. I think he needs a little bit more under his belt to win,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I really need to highlight his work in that film. So.
Yeah, man, Marty Supreme, just crazy good. I would love it if Ryan Coogler had gotten this, or will get this. I would love it. I would absolutely love it because I think he's so great, a great voice, very talented, awesome filmmaker. Joaquin Trier, yeah, I mean, all of, like I said, it's all stacked. These are all really great directors. I think I'm gonna jump onto that train of PTA. I've been a huge fan since Boogie Nights. I had to go back and watch Hard 8. Magnolia is probably probably my favorite PTA. I know, kill me, folks, kill me. But every PTA is a banger. I mean, I feel like Phantom Thread just kind of got unfairly shit on too, and so, but I think it's time. This is we should have given Blue Velvet the Palme d'Or, and now we're going to give it Wild at Heart. Give it to Wild at Heart. This is that, and it's going to be PTA. But I'm thinking, who should win? I'd probably say Safdie probably should, just because, just like PTA, just like, Coppola or Scorsese, Marty Supreme is just so character driven, and but even if the character is not there a lot, like there is that spankingly hot guy that, I forget who it was, but it's the guy that, it's the German guy that he ends up beating. I forget who that guy is, the older guy, right? He's not in the movie that long, but his character and his lines and the dynamic between the two of them made him so memorable. I mean, apart from the fact that he's so hot.
Goes back to casting.
Yeah, it totally goes back to casting. And so I would say what I wish would win is Marty Supreme, Josh Safdie. Mike, what do you think?
I don't get all the love for Safdie, for Marty Supreme. It's just the worst version of Uncut Gems, I feel like the Academy's like, we really fucked up not giving Uncut Gems some nominations. So we better give them all to Marty Supreme. Because to me, that is a much better film than Marty Supreme. For director, it's all Paul Thomas Anderson. It's all One Battle After Another, should and would for me. I think it's going to win, and I want him to win. He deserves it. While we're talking favorite PTAs, mine is really controversial. It is Punch Drunk Love. I've watched that movie like 100 times.
I'll watch it sweet and
again
adorable.
This year. I love it so much, and I love our guy over here is from the Provo area, so the Provo Mattress Man bit makes me laugh so hard. I love all that bit. I mean, it's so funny. And he drives all the way from California with the freaking phone in hand. It's holding his phone. So I'm so happy for Paul Thomas Anderson, and gosh, I hope that he just wins it all. I'm excited for him.
Not to go all elementary, like, hey, listeners, listen up. This is what filmmaking is about. But like, I think when the normal consumer thinks of directing, they confuse cinematography. They confuse.
They think he's holding the camera.
Right. They confuse staging, and when we think about directing, we're really thinking about how the actors are communicating this piece and driving the plot. And PTA just does it so well. But I'm just going to also say, so does Chloe Zhao and Josh Safdie and Joaquin Trier, because all of those films, Hamnet, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, they have such wonderful performances that feel authentic. They don't feel like, hey, let's get you an Oscar, start acting this way. No, like they're real authentic characters, and they're wonderful. So here we go.
Do you think we'll get a shock though? Do you think we could get a Coogler shock? I think it could happen. I think we could get a Coogler with.
If anything, I think that could happen. But there is also, I think, a lot of times what overshadows some of these nominations is so-and-so is young. They'll have more time to give us something huge. So let's wait. But then you get fucking PTA syndrome where it's like, oh shit, we waited too long, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so our best actress in a supporting role. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Actress in a supporting role. We have Elle Fanning, Mike's favorite.
She blew me away. I went from not liking her. I mean, it's been a good year for her, honestly.
Yeah. Inga Ibsdottir Lies, sentimental value. Amy Madigan, weapons. Talk about puncturing the pop culture zeitgeist. Halloween costumes, baby, for her. Okay. Wunmi Mosak for Sinners, and then Tiana Taylor, One Battle After Another. There's not one bad performance in this. And I know, folks, you're like, weapons, really? Yes, weapons, really. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie.
I know. So,
Mike, deserves all the love.
What do you think?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I was blown away by the girls in sentimental value. They're not going to win it, but I got turned around on Elle Fanning like that. Like, she really is wonderful. Like, given the right material, she can really do it. And between that and her kind of fun bit in the Predator movie, she's kind of warming up on me. So that's good. Maybe the same thing will happen with you and Glenn Powell, your boyfriend.
No.
It's not happening.
He can still jump into my bed, but not acting. Sorry.
He's not your favorite. I think that this is Amy Madigan's to win. She's going to win it. It's they use the supporting actor and actress award a lot as like a, hey, you've been doing movies for a long time. Here you go.
Here you go.
So this is what they're doing. I think it should go to One Battle After Another. Tiana Taylor's fiery, ferocious, character-driven. I loved everything about her. And of course, it's only in the first like 20 or 25 minutes, but she just makes you just drop your jaw. And I love her. I know she's out here talking and championing a sequel, or find out what's happened with her, and PTA is not going to do it. But every award she's like, "Where's my sequel? Where's my sequel, Paul? I need my sequel. I need more time." And I love her. I think she's fire, and I've liked her. Gosh, she was in a film. Gosh, A Million Pieces. Is that what? I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah,
One Sundance.
Sundance.
Yes,
yeah.
I loved that movie, and she blew me away in that too. So kudos for her. I would love for her to win it, but I think it's Amy's. Yep. I think they're giving it to Amy.
Sean?
Well, I just want to say, Mike, some of us knew Elle Fanning was always great.
I'm so glad. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you love her.
Ever since the Neon Demon.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. But, all right. So, yeah, I agree with you, Mike. This is Madigan's to win. She leads the precursors. I know I always go back to that, but it's usually a pretty good indication. She's beloved in the industry, and like you said, a lot of times these are just makeup awards. Even if it's not maybe the most deserving performance, because I was not that impressed with Weapons. Let me rephrase that. I liked the film when I initially saw it, but over time, to me, there wasn't much there for me. And as far as who I want to win, oh gosh, my pronunciation on this is probably not right. Wumi Masaki?
Yeah.
Of Sinners. She's currently either second or third in precursors. I haven't looked in a while, but she won the BAFTA. She really brings a sense of sexiness to the film.
Yeah.
Her scene with I forget who she shares the scene with, but it's just outstanding. She's a great actress.
You mean Banging in the Voodoo Hut? That one?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yes.
That's how I want it. But,
I love it.
But
Sean fits in. Sean fits in. Anyway.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
she was just a very impressive presence. Brings a lot of soulfulness to the film, and so yeah, I'd really like to see her win that one.
Yeah, she's great. Uh-huh. I totally.
So I'm gonna say that even though I didn't think Wunmi Masak was as strong as some of the other performances, but definitely above that Asian lady. Okay, just Ellie. But I love her. You know, Sean, you nailed it. You nailed it. There is a presence that she has. She's both regal and powerful and sexy and dynamic. And so I think she will win. But who I think should win is Tiana Taylor. I know a lot of people who saw one battle after another, and they were completely turned off by the opening scene between Sean Penn and Tiana Taylor. And after that, it was just like shudders, like eyes, shut down or whatever. But I just found it to be such a, first of all, rough scene to watch, but it's also comical. It's also kind of sexy and hot. I'm like, is this a 976 number? What's going on? I love it. But then,
Wow.
but then the rest of the film, her character is so complex, and you're like, why are you doing these things? And I think that's the mark of an actress that can kind of bring those things out, and yet at the same time make you sort of feel for her and kind of be like, I would charge an immigration center with you. So I feel like, I think she should win, but I think it's going to go to Wunmi Masak. That's me.
Yeah.
Another thing about her performance that is great is that she is in maybe a third of the movie, maybe even less.
But
by
like 25 minutes.
Okay, but by the end of it, she's still like a driving force. There's a letter, and her presence is almost felt in every single part of the movie. It's really good work. Yeah, I agree.
Very impactful. All right, so we got actress in a leading role. We have, okay, I'm going to start with her because I'm like, why? She's good, but the movie itself. Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Basically, the domestic maternal Uncut Gems. Renata Rinsve for Sentimental Value. Emma Stone, Begonia. Sean, I'll start with you. Another crazy category that I don't know that I can predict.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as far as who will win, for me, that seems very easy to predict. Jessie Buckley, she's got the precursors and all that. It seems to be locked up, but hey, we never know. This year has really been a race. And her final scene in Hamnet, I mean, just kind of really seals the deal.
Yeah.
It's an emotional wallop. I think nobody really has a dry eye in the theater. So it's very deserving. And then who I want to win? This is maybe a bias just because I really love the actress, but it's Rose Byrne. Her performance in If I Had if I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
I think yeah. Yes.
Is tremendous, and like you were just saying, it's basically maternity meets uncut gems. It's just a stressful experience throughout. You're seeing what motherhood and being a woman is, or at least in that situation that she finds herself in. I feel like it's very strong writing and strong work. And I've just loved her, especially in her comedic roles throughout the years. I mean, she's very deserving. But I do want to point out some favorites in the category. Renata Rensiv of Sentimental Value. That movie is a significant showcase for her. The emotional depth we're seeing there is just top notch. Plus, she's the way she's working with Elle Fanning in terms of like, because it's a meta thing, right? Elle Fanning's supposed to be playing her. She turned down the role in her father's film of herself, and then Elle Fanning was cast in her place. So you're seeing this meta, the 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 two actresses interacting together. Very, very terrific stuff there. And
Oh
then
yeah.
lastly, I do just want to shout out Emma Stone in the category. I mean, if she hadn't won as many awards as she's already won, I think this could potentially be Stone's, because the duality in her performance, cold detachment versus some moments of vulnerability, because we're trying to determine if she is actually an alien or not, and I just thought the way she handled that was terrific. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I'm glad. I'm also glad that Emma Stone got nominated as well. But like I think that hot and cold, and then the eventual reveal, I think might turn off some viewers in some ways. But that's the journey that they want you to go on. Is she or isn't she? Like what is really happening here? With Renata in Sentimental Value, first of all, she's gorgeous. I cannot take my eyes off of her. I have not seen Worst Person in the World, but I will now.
It's wonderful.
I know, but she's the core of that film. And it's interesting that the things she lambasts Stellan Skarsgård's character for, she ends up kind of doing as well in the film. And so that's the interesting dynamic about family, about how we can certainly complain, but then just repeat the same sin against other family members. I think Jessie Buckley is going to win it. I have to tell you that, like, I don't know how you go from Hamnet to The Bride. But you do. But you do. So I think she's going to win. But honestly, if there's any justice in the world, I think Rose really should win for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's like, I saw it with my husband, and he's like, "Wow, she's just so fucking crazy. Who acts like that?" And I'm like, "Everyone. That is our world now.
It's believable."
There's no in the middle anymore. You're either an extreme, and she is the extreme, and Rocky ASAP is in it too. Who I was like, who is this beautiful man? And then I'm like, oh my god, it's Rocky ASAP.
Yeah, ASAP Rocky. That's who we named our dog after. Our dog Rocky
Nice.
is named after ASAP.
Nice.
We love him around here.
But she, oh my god, talk about just a tightrope of a performance. She's so good in it. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, so I like Rose Byrne a lot, but she got her Golden Globe. I think that's all she's going to win on that. But I'm glad she got the Golden Globe. I really was blown away by Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. If I had a choice, I would.
You know what?
go to
This
her.
is karma for us liking for not liking Gluten Moon. And then
I love Song Sung Blue.
Resoundingly, everybody's like, Song Sung Blue is a Hallmark movie. It's not the kind of movie that you nominate.
No,
and neither
it
is
is
Kate
wonderful.
Hudson.
Kate Hudson was wonderful in it.
Okay.
I loved her. Part of it is I talk to people and I deal with the Midwest in my work, and she hits that Midwest spirit. Her voice, her mannerisms, everything. She is that Midwest mom, and I felt for her in every way. I loved her singing voice. I thought this was a fantastic movie, but I'm a big Brewer fan, and I get people who don't. But I it's fun and nice to have a Christmas time crowd pleaser like that, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
and I think
like
Kate Hudson.
Candied ham.
Yeah, exactly. It is like a candied ham, and I loved Kate Hudson. I thought she blew me away. But yeah, it's a really good year. If Emma Stone didn't win for Poor Things, it definitely Begonia would be hers. Renee, I think that she was actually somewhat a little bit better in The Worst Person in the World.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just amazing. She's just great in everything. She's a fantastic actress, and I'm very, very glad that she's getting the recognition here. But I really think that Jessie Buckley is hers she's winning it.
It's hers to lose, like the K-pop.
Yes, it's hers to lose. She's winning this, and she's wonderful. She's great, and even given the weirdness of The Bride, she's great in that too. Even though I did not like the movie at all, she's great in it. So she's great in everything she does.
So I'm not gonna lie. I know you guys thought that last scene was so powerful in Hamnet. But I was getting Regina Hall scary movie vibes from her. I was like, you know, oh, we up in here in Shakespeare in love, and then she's like, she's charging the stage and being like, you said my son, how dare you say, and I was like, girl, calm down. But I agree. It is a really, really good performance. And I mean, listen, in a film where a tree and its roots look like a big vagina with a clitoris, and then there's a butthole to the side that's really deep and black. You know, she is really good, quite honestly. And I didn't know how to feel about Paul Mescal in that. I think we're going to get to that, but yeah. Anyway, if you, by the way, Mike, if you had said to me, Craig Brewer and Candied Ham of a movie would be in the same sentence ever, I would have slapped you in the face.
I did love it, though. I was a sucker for that movie, and I thought she was wonderful. I was expecting to hate it and think she was going to be campy, so I was kind of blown away.
I actually agree. I think it's a good movie. Like I said, Candied Ham. I mean, it's just there's nothing, you know, but I mean it. There's a turn in the movie where things get a bit more dramatic, and it works. I think it works for general audiences, and it's hard not to get caught up in the music of it all.
I love it.
Who would have thought Salome would be something I would be singing after a movie, but...
Oh, amazing. My parents used to break out the Neil Diamond 8-tracks. Okay, we have 3 big categories left. We've got actor in a supporting role. Here we go. Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi. I'm going to say Elordi. It's not Elordi, folks. It's Elordi. Frankenstein. The great Delroy Lindo. Sinners. Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. Stellan Skarsgård, still a Fox. Wow, he's still hot. For sentimental value, Sean, who do you think is going to take this, and who do you want to win?
All right, and I'm sorry, we're on supporting actor?
Yes.
Supporting actor.
Supporting actor.
Okay, so when One Battle After Another premiered, or debuted, at least theatrically, a lot of talk was centered on Sean Penn, and I know kind of subsequently the conversation has shifted a little bit to Benicio, but I think as far as the Academy is concerned, they're going to default to Sean Penn. He's an old guard in Hollywood. The industry knows him. He's a previous winner, I think, multiple times.
Yeah.
I think this is just one of those ones where he just does, and I think it is deserving. I thought at times it's very oddball, like the giant erection, all that stuff. Like I think I think it works in his favor, and he just gets this one. Now, who I'd want to win would be my man Delroy Lindo. He's another veteran actor. This would be in makeup for Spike Lee's The Five Bloods, which he was terrific in.
Yep.
And I know I previously mentioned him giving a great monologue when he's in the car. Who's he in the car with again? Is it Miles Campton?
Yeah, it was Miles Campton.
Yeah. I just thought that was brilliant stuff. Now, I know he doesn't necessarily have like a big
role
presence in the movie per se. Like he's not supporting a lot of the characters, but I think this is just one of those ones where it's just his reputation could potentially get him the win, and I would love to see it.
Nice. I'm going to say will win and should win Sean Penn. I said this in our review of One Battle After Another. I can't remember the last time I watched a Sean Penn performance and was like, he's actually having fun. He's actually enjoying himself. There is a smile. Sean Penn smiles, that's literally, if you watch all of Sean Penn's last films, you'd think the man never smiles. And I'm including Daddy-O in that as well. So, but yeah, I think Sean Penn should win. I thought his performance was just great. Wound tight, conservative, stuck up, freaky. The boner got me.
Yeah, real villain.
Yeah, a real villain with a boner. I mean, listen, all the other performances, honestly, I don't know how Jacob Elordi got nominated. I did not.
No.
When he starts,
that's why.
and gorgeous, right? Skips leg day. I mean, why not, right? But like, I just him talking too, not enough gravitas. It is a good performance though. God bless him for being in the makeup chair for 16 hours. I love me some Benicio del Toro. I did like his performance in it. There's some cute touches in One Battle After Another. I didn't know it was strong enough. I do love Delroy Lindo. Skarsgård, please, someone tell me why it's supporting. I do not understand.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I'm so confused.
He should have been lead.
Yeah, Mike, your thoughts?
The biggest snub who should win and who should be here is William H. Macy for Train Dreams. I'm still pissed that he got beat out over freaking Jacob Elordi. That role,
yeah, he got snubbed. It's good.
So wonderful.
It's good.
So that's who really got snubbed. But for me, I think that Delroy Lindo is going to win this. I think the Academy's going to give it to him. I think that they're going to make up for the Five Bloods. So I really think that they're going to give it to him. And the precursors have him up there. I know it's going to be between him and Sean Penn. I love Sean Penn in this. Like, he's great. And the way, even after he gets the freaking gun shoved up his ass, he changes the way he walks throughout the rest of the movie and has this, bow-legged walk after that, which I thought was an awesome touch that he added.
Kudos for him playing that character. He's like, he liked it. He liked it and he wants it. He wants to keep walking. So, there you go.
I think that Sinners is Delroy Lindo's gonna win it. But I really want Benicio del Toro. I thought he was the life, like, his scenes with him and DiCaprio are some of the greatest scenes of the entire year. Like that whole scene of them running through Benicio's house and
it feels like a wonder. Right?
It feels like a wonder, and it's a brilliant fucking scene. That alone. And then his at the end walking with his hands out and
doing the little dance. I was like, I love you.
I just loved it. I loved him in that. And if I was to choose a winner, I would vote for Benicio del Toro. But the Lord, get him the hell out of here. He did not deserve that. There's so many other choices. And Stellan should have been included in the Best Actor over Wagner Moura, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Actor in a leading role. Nominees: Timothée Chalamet, he of the small perky butt and hates ballet and opera. Marty Supreme. Leonardo DiCaprio. Have we been here before, folks? Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic, One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Him basically incessantly talking for 2 hours. Michael B. Jordan, Gorgeous Man, Creed himself, Sinners. Wagner Moura, who has lost a lot of weight since his Narcos days on Netflix, looks great. I call him the Brazilian Pedro Pascal. For The Secret Agent, I'll start with you, Sean. What do you think?
Well, for the longest time in the scope of this race, award season, let's say, this was Chalamet's to win. He was racking up wins. He was leading in the precursors. Still is currently, I believe. But there's been a shift in the race. Sinners currently has, 18 nominations, I believe? Academy Award. That's the record, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, record, yep.
Yeah. So there is a lot of love in the industry for Sinners, and I think Michael B. Jordan just won the actor awards, SAG.
Yep.
And I think he won a Golden Globe? I might be wrong.
No, the Golden Globe was Moura.
It was Wagner Moura.
Okay. I feel like there's just been some wins, towards Jordan, and I think he's got what it takes to clinch the win. It's deserving. Everyone will cite the twins thing. There are some pretty good moments of silence with him. In the film that are pretty impactful. It's a good solid win. I don't know if it's my favorite, but and so who I want to win, oh boy, I'm gonna get it for this one. my boy
Don't.
Ethan Hawke.
Don't you say
And,
it. Oh my gosh, the Muppet himself. Oh my goodness gracious.
and again, that might be some bias because I love Hawke, and
Yeah.
I think First Reformed, he was definitely snubbed there. I think that should have been his. And then, did he win for that Boyhood? I can't recall.
I feel like he
Um,
did.
Did he? I
Yeah.
don't know if he did.
I can't remember. Let's look.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's find this one out because this is important.
Okay, Ethan Hawke has received 5 nominations. How many has he won?
None.
None. 0. He has not won yet.
So
this could be. Oh, I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Well,
but-
that's yeah. Go ahead.
I found his turn as the self-destructive writer to be brilliant, blending of wit, bitterness, and vulnerability in a performance that gives this one-room drama an emotional charge. I mean, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
like the guy. I think he deserves an Oscar, but
Okay, so you,
maybe something else will come up. Yeah.
so you think Michael
There
B.
is.
Jordan will win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then should win Ethan Hawke. Wait, Mike, what are you talking about?
No, I was saying there is a film coming where I think Ethan Hawke will get nominated, and that's The Wait.
Got
It
it.
was at Sundance, and I think he'll get nominated for it, and he should win. It's going to come out later this year. But
Okay,
look into
so-
it. The Wait. It's amazing. He's great in it.
So I'll go next. I'm going to do the cashy thing, and I'm going to say that Ethan Hawke is going to win. And the reason why is because DiCaprio has got Oscar gold swimming out of his anus.
He's not winning.
And Michael B. Jordan. So here's the thing about I cannot stress enough how much I love Michael B. Jordan. When it comes to Sinners, his performance was just so arch, so broad. Like, okay, he's playing twins, but we've seen people do that. We've seen people do that with amazing aplomb, and then we've seen people do it where it's just bad. This is certainly not bad. It's certainly not amazing aplomb, but there's so much more in the movie beside him that just makes Sinners explode. And this is not to dog Michael B. Jordan, but so I think Ethan Hawke will win, but who I think should win, and I really hate saying this, is Timothée Chalamet, because he is just so magnetic in Marty Supreme. I don't, yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Yes, he showed his butt and his feet, but he's really good in it. And it's interesting that my two choices are about characters that are very, very unlikable. And so when I think about Ethan Hawke's performance in it, yes, he's in Blue Moon. He's talking a mile a minute. I had said to Mike, I was like, oh fuck, is this just going to be him talking incessantly for 2 hours? And sure enough it was, but I was like, do I not like his performance because I hate the person he's inhabiting? And I think that's the mark of a good actor, where you can play somebody who is kind of detestable even though he's successful and talented, and yet still want to know what's going to happen in the next scene. Like, so yeah, Mike, what do you think?
I think it's Michael B. Jordan. I think he's going to win this one, and I think he deserves it. That's who I think will win and should win. I really love Michael B. Jordan, and all the way back to, what was that movie called, where he was the true story of
Fruitvale
Kugler.
Station.
Fruitvale Station, that's the one. Ever since then, he's deserved to win, and I think this is finally going to be it. Unfortunately, Marty Supreme got shot in the foot by its director and the controversy, so I don't think it's going to win anything. I honestly don't think Timothy's going to win, and I honestly think it's an overrated film. I think it only got the nominations it did because they all realized, oh shit, this is just a younger version of Uncut Gems. We really fucked up and should have gave Uncut Gems more awards, so let's give it to Marty Supreme instead. So that's how I feel about it. I don't think he's going to win it, and I didn't think he was that great. I think the movie's just wants to be and feel like a 1970s, auteur type of film. They want so much to be like 70s Coppola or 70s. It didn't work for me as much as it did everybody else.
Also, controversial opinion. I don't think that's his baby. Anyway, whatever. I don't know if I misinterpreted that ending. I don't think it was his baby, but that's me. Anyway,
that ending. Leo's not going to win it, but I do love him in this. But it's just a different type of film. Ethan Hawke, yes, he could because he hasn't won yet. But I think there's other films out there that I just despise this thing. So I can't. I'm sorry. I just really did not. Between that and The Secret Agent, I was like, last year's was better. I feel like last year had better films.
I don't get the hype over The Secret Agent. I don't
understand the hype at all. It just feels like I can't. So
speaking of hype, here we go.
Hype. It's all Michael B. Jordan. So
here we go. Best Picture. Okay, folks. We have got Bugonia, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. F1, directed by the Ryan Murphy of cinema, Joseph Kosinski. Sorry, I had to do it. Frankenstein, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Hamnet, directed by Chloe Zhao. By the way, produced by Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Wait, did I mention that the voice of Hind Rashid, the EPs on that are amazing? Like, look at that list. It's like Spike Lee, Michael Moore. It's all of these celebrities. It's very, very, very interesting. Hamnet, I mentioned. Marty Supreme, directed by Josh Safdie. One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. The Secret Agent. How many freaking movies, folks? Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim Trier. Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler. And then Train Dreams, directed by... Who directed that? I don't...
Oh...
Clint Bentley.
Thank you, Clint Bentley, the unsung Clint Bentley, who didn't get a Best Director nomination. I don't know why, because Joel Edgerton doesn't talk in that movie and is amazing. Why not director for him? Anyway, Sean, what do you think is going to take the Oscar for Best Picture?
This one I actually agonized over quite a bit because, like I've said before, there's really a race going on here. Years before, they tend to kind of be locked up. I mean, the year of Oppenheimer, Everything Everywhere All at Once. A lot of these are usually locked up, but kind of recent developments. There's been some kind of spreading things around. But I am ultimately going to default to One Battle After Another. It's a juggernaut. I mean, what more can we really say about the picture at this point? It's a pretty outstanding achievement from PTA. Almost all of the elements that make a film great are present within that film. It was an epic. A lot of people have watched it. It just kind of dominated there for a good period. So I think it's got the goods to take the win. But like I said before, Sinners leads in nominations, and there's a reason for that. And it's kind of the thing that would normally maybe give it the edge to win. I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up winning. I struggled between the two quite a bit, but this is kind of where I landed for now. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. One more time. Who should win?
Will win One Battle.
Yep.
And then I didn't give a want to win. Yeah, but it is Sinners. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Sinners has, I mean, listen, it's, when we think about creativity and something we haven't seen before, original IP, Sinners was it, and everybody, it stunned everybody, honestly. I mean, other than me ragging on Michael B. Jordan on being so great, I think resoundingly everybody loves Sinners. Mike, what do you think? You're muted.
Sorry, my dogs. Okay, so I think it's One Battle After Another. Will win and should win. I think that's what's going to win. I loved One Battle After Another. It's probably shooting up to be my favorite, honestly, of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. So I'm very excited for him, and I think that it's going to be an awesome to see him win on Sunday. Again, we didn't really need 10 nominees this year.
Yeah, although they're all bangers, yeah.
So, Secret Agent.
Okay, maybe not that one. Right.
Not really a bang. I don't know. I feel like we've talked bad on Sentiment or on Secret Agent a lot, but
it's foreign films.
Well, it looks so good, though, right? Go ahead, Sean. I think you liked it. Defend it.
Yeah, I will say the movie rewards on rewatches.
Okay, so
wow. You watch it one time.
I do like the cinematography. It is brilliant.
You watch it one time and it's a little overwhelming in a way, in the sense that it's sparse, and you're kind of looking for things. But seeing it again, you find things, and it's I don't know. I kind of agree. It's a little nothing burger in a way, but
that's a good way to put it.
It's interesting, Sean, that you say you're kind of looking for things, and I think that's how I felt about it. Like, I was watching these characters develop, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's this. It's called the Secret Agent for a reason, I guess. But then the things I was looking for, they weren't there, and the stuff that I did get didn't feel like it justified everything I'd seen before, even if the performances were really good and the cinematography was really good. So yeah. But for this one, I'm going to fall basically where Sean is, which is I'm pretty sure One Battle After Another is going to win. But what I think should win is Sinners, quite honestly. When we talk about Exhibition dying, we say this on our show all the time, go out, support Exhibition. Sinners was a film that got people to go back out there and watch something. And not only that, it was worthy. It was shot in IMAX. It has like this wonderful hybrid kind of gangster drama, period piece mixed with genre and vampires and dancing and music. And it really, really is an achievement, Typically when Oscar, usually rewards these kinds of films that are typical, quote unquote, Americana. Right? And so almost all of the films nominated here are pretty much like Americana, save for Begonia, Frankenstein, and, Sentimental Value. They are very much, this is America, this is what it's like, right? And I just think that, One Battle After Another does it better in terms of the Americana than all the other ones. Marty Scream, Train Dreams as well. Although Train Dreams is pretty strong. Again, because Joel Edgerton, is that his name? Joel? Yeah, Joel Edgerton is in that film. He doesn't say a lot, but he does so much with his emotions and his actions that I think it was a complete snub that he did not get nominated.
Yeah, that's another snub. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's sinful. He didn't get nominated, but all right. I guess any other thoughts or any other shout outs that you want to do for these nominees before we wrap it up and adjourn?
No, I just want to correct a couple things real quick. 16 nominations, not 18 for Sinners.
Okay.
And what do we think about Wicked for Good not getting any love? Isn't that kind of
well, maybe because that second part is not as strong as the first one. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. I thought I'd at least get a song, but it didn't.
At least, but no, unfortunately, kind of crazy. I'm surprised F1 is up there, and really
F1 and Secret Agent are not deserving.
And really, I think we said this when we reviewed F1. I enjoyed the hell out of it more than I thought that I would, especially considering that, like, my thing about Joe Kosinski, hot as he is, I feel like he just takes other people's ideas, and when he tries to put his own spin on it, he just lifts and rips off. But I'm so surprised that was in there.
Yeah, it's sad that it was just an accident, got snubbed by The Secret Agent. It really should have been a Best Picture nomination. It really should have. It really should have.
Yeah, definitely. Sean, any other further thoughts or shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Oscar nominee, The Ugly Stepsister. Hairstyling. There's our horror film.
Yes.
From Shudder. in the mix. And another film in that category that I think might be a little underseen is Kokoro, about the kabuki performers in Japan.
Yeah.
Um, Terrific makeup work there, and a pretty epic movie. Um, international feature is always a stacked category, and it might be one that they should open up to 10 um, nominees like they do with Best Picture.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many great foreign films, and I think you touched upon this, Jose, in your remarks about international feature, is that these films are so pure usually. They're not really effects driven. I've never really seen like a strong. I mean, there's sometimes some creep in, um, but there's not a lot of gimmicks to these films usually. They're
Right.
very screenplay centric, and these are great films, and so yeah, support international movies. Yeah.
Nice. And I should also mention one of the nominees for makeup and hairstyling is Kazuhiro for the Smashing Machine, and I believe he transformed Charlize Theron into the Demoness, Megan Kelly, for Bombshell. Anyway.
Oh right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Shawn, for guesting. This was great. I feel like next year we need to get you and Jeremy back on, and it'll just be a crazy 5-hour prediction show. It'll be great.
It was a pleasure.
Like the first one was. Yeah, thanks, John. Wasn't it 3.5 hours or 4 hours the first time you did this with Red?
I think it was like 5, and then I cut it down to 4 because I was like, no, this gotta go. But so sorry there was a smoothie death, Shawn.
Sorry
yeah,
about
I'm gonna have to follow up on that.
You may have to de-stick your desk. Which I have to do often.
Get out of here.
From smoothies, but okay. That is our live.
That's it. That's our live. Thanks for joining us.
Particular brand of comedy. Check us out on a weekly basis, where we do Friday we put out a spoiler-free half-hour review, and then 2 days later we get the Sunday spoiler. So we just put up Scream 7. We just recorded Dolly. Come back for Dolly. It's a doozy, folks. Okay. And Shawn, you're not. I mean, other than like GGTMC and stuff like that, you're not on any pods or anything.
No, yeah, this is my first time doing a pod, and I would definitely do more.
Yes. We'll have you on to review a film.
So he sees everything, so we can definitely have him on. He sees everything.
It will be perfect. Okay, folks, thank you so much for our second live. Amazing. It will live in infamy on our page. So.
Yes, it will. Thanks again for watching, everybody.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And end stream.
Wait, you have it recording. You want to end the recording?
Yes. No, I ended the stream, and now I'm ending the recording. Thank you.